Okay, so today's story is about some fishes who used to live in a big tank. Imagine that this is a tank. There were some fishes inside, and there was also one crab who was their friend. Fishes and crabs, they used to have a very good time in their tub. They used to play, they used to jump around, they would get some food and they would share it with each other, and they were very, very, very happy. All the time, they would be having a very, very nice and fun time with each other. Some days later on, there was this one stork who happened to come close to that tank where they were staying. The stork saw that, oh, there are yummy, yummy fishes and also one big fat crab inside. If I can get hold of them, I will have food for so many days. I will be able to live happily. I will not have to go hunting for any kind of food. But how do I get these fishes? How do I get hold of them to come and I can eat them without them having any guess as to I am going to catch them? So the stork started thinking, and he came up with a very brilliant idea. What he did was he went close to the tank and he just started looking over there. And he told, "Arey fishes, arey crab, do you know what? That this tank is going to dry up." The fishes were very shocked. They said, "Oh no, it will dry up. If it will dry up, what will we do? Where will we go? We will all die without water." The crab was also worried. Crab said, "How will I manage without any water? And if my friend, the fishes, die, I will be very sad." They asked the stork, "Stork, do you have any idea? Can you help us in any way?" The stork had a plan, but he could not tell them that plan. So he just did some acting. He said, "Let me think, let me think, let me think." And he said, "Idea! You know what? Right behind this big hill, there is another tank which is even bigger than this small tank in which you are living. I can take you on that side and drop you in that tank." The fishes said, Mr. Stork, that's very nice of you, but we cannot stay without water. How will we go from this tank to that tank? We cannot fly like you also." So the stork said, "Don't worry, I will make you sit on my back and I will fly really fast and put you in the water very fast. Before you even come to know, from this tank to that tank, I will take you and drop you and you will be safe." So the fishes and the crab, they thought for some time. They said, "Can we do this?" He said, "Yes, I think we should go, because if the water in this tank of ours dries up, there will be nobody to help us. And this Mr. Stork is being so kind. He is being so helpful that he's taking us onto the other side. Why don't we utilize his services? Why don't we say yes to him?" They had no idea that the stork was a mean stork. Stork was fooling them, but they were not aware of that. So they agreed to it. And the stork was very happy. Stork said, "Yay, now I am sorted." And the stork started with some 2 or 3 fishes. He put them on his back and he flew. As soon as he was away from this tank and close to the hill, he landed over there and he ate up the fishes. Now those other fishes had no idea of knowing that this was happening. There was no tank on the other side. After some time, the stork went back and he told those fishes that your friends are safe over there. Tomorrow I will take more fishes. So that way he continued. Every day he would take some fishes from this small tank. He would reach the hill. When he would reach the hill, he would stop over there. He would eat all the fishes that he had got, throw the bones over there and go back. It went on for 4, 5, 6 days. Now, after 6 days, Mr. Stork was tired of eating fishes. So he thought, let me ask Mr. Crab today. So he said, Mr. Crab, why don't I take you to your friends? Your friends over there are missing you. So Mr. Crab thought that, yeah, it's a good idea. Let me go and be with my other fish friends. So he said, fine. So then Mr. Crab sat on Mr. Stork's back and Mr. Stork started flying. Now Crab was little intelligent. Crab started asking him questions. Mr. Stork, where is this new tank that you're talking about? How far is it? Mr. Stork said, wait, it will come right near that hill. When that hill came close, Mr. Crab looked down. And what did he see? He saw that there were lots and lots of bones of the fishes. And that there was no tank to be seen on the other side. So Mr. Crab got some idea that this stork is playing a fool with all of us. So Mr. Crab took his claws, his strong claws, and he bit Mr. Stork. Mr. Stork said, "Ah, what are you doing? It is hurting me." Mr. Crab said, "You mean, Mr. Stork, you did not think when you killed all my fish friends? You were a liar. There is no tank on the other side." Mr. Stork was caught. He said, "Oh no, I cannot do anything now. Mr. Crab has caught me. I was lying." So Mr. Stork said, please, sorry, Mr. Crab. I was wrong. I did the wrong thing. Please forgive me. I will take you back to all your other fish friends there, and I promise I will not do this again. So Mr. Crab said, "Are you sure? Do you really promise me that you will never do this again?" Mr. Stork said, "Yes." When they came back, all the fishes said, "Arey, Mr. Crab, why did you come back?" Mr. Crab was very sad. He said, "This Mr. Stork was a mean stork. He has killed so many of our fish friends. There is no tank on the other side. All that is there is just us. We have to tell no to Mr. Stork." So then Mr. Stork flew away, and all the other fishes who were left, they stayed back in that tank, and they were thankful to Mr. Crab for having saved their lives. So we learn from this story that we do not have to be like Mr. Stork. We cannot be mean like Mr. Stork. We have to be craftful. We have to be intelligent like Mr. Crab. He opened his eyes and he looked, and he came to know that the stork was doing some wrong things. And that is how the other fishes were also saved.